Wow, that was awful. That was bad. What's up, everybody? It's Alex. Let's talk about the most recent week in Hawks hockey. 3 losses, 2 at home, 1 on the road. Not good. So, I guess let's talk about it, man. Now, look, there's going to be a lot of negativity in this video. The Hawks have lost 3 in a row this week, so there's going to be a lot of negativity. But I will start things off with something positive. I got to give a shout out to Tyler Bertuzzi, who played very well against Seattle and Buffalo. Had a nice goal on a tic-tac-toe type of passing play early in that game against Seattle, and then had a wicked pass to Teuvo Teravainen to put the Hawks up 2-0 in that game. Had another tip-in goal against Buffalo, scored another one earlier in that game. So, I mean, he scored 3 goals in those 2 games in which they only scored 5 goals. So, got to give him some credit. He's now 1 goal behind Connor Bedard for the team lead. Got to say, I'm really impressed with the resurgence for Tyler Bertuzzi. But that's probably about where the comments are going to end. Because this game against Seattle was a total collapse. You know, they go up 2-0 going into the third period. You're feeling pretty good. 1 lucky goal gets by you. Fine. You then let another one get by you. And it's 2-2. Oh, no. You let them tie it up. Okay. It's fine. You know, you got plenty of chances. Go down and score and win this thing. Or at least get it to overtime. And then we get the moment of the game. With just under 5 minutes left, Connor Bedard is able to pickpocket a defender and get a breakaway while he's got 2 defenders hounding him. He thinks he gets called for a penalty. I think it looked like a penalty, maybe a hooking call on the breakaway. And Connor Bedard lets his feelings known to the officials. Complains, gives him the business, gives him a couple of words of advice. He gets called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Seattle would score the game-winning goal on the ensuing power play. Late on that power play, too, so there's only about 2.5 to go in the game. And the Hawks couldn't put it in by Joey Daccord with the empty net. And they lose 3-2. And that one really leaves a sour taste in my mouth because it really feels like the first time this season the Hawks have truly blown a game. That one is ridiculous. I mean, seriously. That cannot happen. At home? Well, and Coach Blashill after the game said something along the lines of, "You're costing us games when you take penalties like that." And he's right, because despite the no call, you can complain about whether or not the penalty should have been called or not. The thing is, Connor Bedard's got to be a little bit better at not letting his emotions get the best of him, especially in a moment like that, late in the game, tie game, and now you're giving the other team a power play with under 5 minutes to go in the game. They ended up scoring on that power play, so you really felt the effect of your emotions getting the better of you in that moment. So, got to see, and I mean, Connor Bedard just got the A on the sweater. It's got to be a little bit better at being a leader on this team and not putting this team in disadvantageous situations. He hasn't done that very much in his career with the Blackhawks, but I think this is the biggest example of Connor Bedard actually hurting the Blackhawks. And this is against a team that wasn't very good last year, but is having a very strong season so far. They currently, as of today, sit at second, tied for second in the Pacific Division. So Seattle isn't necessarily a bad team. So, you know what? It's okay. This type of stuff happens to every team. You're going to have at least 1 or 2 of these games a year where you blow a multi-goal lead in the third period. You just hope it's not, a 3-goal lead or even more. But regardless, this is not a good sign. This is how they end their first of 2 4-game homestands in this stretch here, because they get a road game at Buffalo before starting another 4-game homestand. See, here's the thing that sucks about this loss. This is with Spencer Knight in net. Spencer Knight had a really nice couple of saves in the third period, but Seattle was just relentless. They were able to get a couple by him, and it's a beautiful pass. I mean, you got to give credits to. That's a beautiful pass from Brandon Montour to set up Jaden Schwartz for the backdoor tip-in that would win the game. So there's a lot. This is a game that shows that the Hawks team is still growing. They're still developing. They haven't gotten to that stage where they're really going to be a competitor in this league. And this is a game that really proves that. But I must state, this team is still playing much better than they were at this point in the calendar last year. And then we get to Buffalo. The good old Buffalo Sabres, who have been a doormat in the NHL for years. The Hawks have had their moments against the Buffalo Sabres. A couple of years ago, they had a 4-goal lead in the second period against the Sabres and lost in regulation. Later that year, they lost in overtime to the Sabres. Now, granted, that Hawks team wasn't very good, but still not really good nonetheless. Anyways, you get to go on the road against the Buffalo Sabres. It's your first back-to-back of the year. So you know that Arvid Soderblom's going to start in net. Oh, what was that, Arvid? Oh my gosh! That was terrible! Dude, that defense was awful. But, I mean, seriously, Arvid Soderblom, could you make a save in this game? Your save percentage was nearly sub 700. Dude, sub 900 is not good. When you're talking about, you're not even saving 3 of 4 shots headed your way in this game. That is pathetic. Pathetic. Could you make a save in a high danger situation in this game? Oh my gosh. Wow, that was awful. Like, it's not even the Hawks were giving them disadvantageous situations by taking penalties and whatnot. The Sabres only had 2 power plays in this game, and they only scored on 1 of them. So 8 even strength goals. There wasn't an empty netter here. This was 9 by Arvid Soderblom, who was just Swiss cheese all night long. And the funny thing is that they didn't score until like 6 minutes left in the first period. So it was a game for the first 15 minutes. But, oh my gosh, the collapse. I mean, literally outscored 3-1 in each period. That was ridiculous. Embarrassing. Your first back-to-back of the season and you get punked by the Buffalo Sabres. Oh my gosh. Now look, the Sabres have got a couple guys. They just got Jason Zucker back. They've got Tage Thompson. They've got Alex Tuck. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen had a nice game. But jeez, man. You can't let that team hang 9 on you. Are you serious? I mean, that was embarrassing. I know it's a unfavorable situation for the Hawks with a back-to-back and going from a home game to a road game. I get it. But again, you can't let 9 goals go by. You're not winning any hockey game by letting 9 goals up. That's just straight up. You are not winning a hockey game letting up 9 goals. That's not happening, ever. I mean, seriously. That's how you follow up blowing a 2-goal lead at home to Seattle? You go on the road to Buffalo and get mollywopped. Oh my God! You can't be serious. That did not just happen. Oh, but it did. Oh, it did. Oh, it did. It happened. And you know what's even better about this? To start the next 4-game homestand, they gotta play the Colorado Avalanche. I don't know, just the hottest team in the league. Oh, also the best team in the league. Oh, wow, what a nice gift. They're literally coming into this game with an 8-game winning streak. They've lost 1 game in regulation this year. Just one! Yeah, it's over. It's not. They're not winning this game. They're not winning this game. You can't tell me that they're going to win this game after they blew a 2-goal lead at home in the third period and then just got 9 hung on them. Not happening. And it's a 1-goal loss. Okay. All right. You know what? They actually didn't play terribly in that game. The Hawks actually dominated the first period. Like, they were getting all the opportunities in that first period, but could not beat Scott Wedgwood. The thing is, it took the first intermission for the Colorado Avalanche to make what's called adjustments. And they just dominated the second period. It was all Colorado in the second. And it was finished from a wicked shot from Cale Makar that beat Spencer Knight. Avs go up 1-0 by the end of the second period, and it's a dogfight for the rest of the way. Spencer Knight made a couple of nice saves down the stretch, but Scott Wedgwood, got to give him some credit, man. He played a great game. Couple of really big saves down the stretch for Colorado to get them that win, and he's rewarded with a shutout. Absolutely deserves it. That wasn't an offense was completely inept type of shutout. That was the goaltender played great type of shutout. Couple of massive saves down the stretch for Scott Wedgwood. And the Hawks had plenty of chances, but they just could not put one in past them. And when they had good chances as well, there were some other really good chances that didn't become good chances because the Colorado Avalanche have a good defense. But again, 1-0 at home against literally the best team in the NHL, who has lost just once through 22 games in regulation, and they're now on a 9-game winning streak. So it could have been much worse in that game. That Colorado Avalanche team hung 9 on the Oilers. All right, so I'll take a 1-0 loss. Unfortunately, the schedule doesn't really ease up for the Hawks. They get the Minnesota Wild next, who are currently sitting third in the Central. They get the Nashville Predators, who haven't played very good this season, but they've had your number for a long time now. And then you finish up this homestand with the Anaheim Ducks, who currently lead the Pacific Division. So, I don't know. You hope that maybe they can kind of get back on track after a much better performance, which is kind of funny saying that a 1-0 loss is a better performance than the game where they scored 3. But at the same time, they let up 9 in that game. So it's like you went from worst defensive game of the season to one of your better defensive games of the year. And anyways, like, you just hope that they can get back on track with 1 or 2 wins in this next stretch. Oh, and then after this homestand, they got to go down to the Pacific Southwest, where that's now become a hard road trip again, which I'm not going to lie, I'm very happy that the California road trip's starting to get hard again, though they don't play the Sharks on this trip. Instead, they play the Vegas Golden Knights, who are also in a playoff spot right now. The Kings are currently tied for second place in the Pacific, and they play them twice in 3 days on the road, and they cap it off with a road game against the Pacific Division leading Anaheim Ducks. So they're going to be tested here. This is a crucial stretch to kind of prove to the Chicago faithful that this Hawks team is either legit or 1 year away. Regardless, they've played better than they have the last couple seasons. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really have anything else to talk about. So I'm going to leave you here and let you get on with your day. So please like the video if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you really liked it and want to see more videos from me. And yeah, keep the conversation going down in the comments section below. Let me know what you think about the Hawks and can they get it together here in late November, early December. And without further ado, I'll see you all in the next one.